Welcome to the latest edition of Inside Carolina. I'm your host, Hannah Horn, a proud alumna of the university. In this episode, we are on location, getting a first-hand look at what will become the USC School of Medicine Columbia. We'll also get a front row seat to a performance by a USC alumna who is a rising star on the opera stage, and you are in for a treat. We'll hit all the high notes in this latest edition of Inside Carolina. In just a few short years, this 16-acre site off of BullStreet in Columbia will be home to a new health sciences campus that will include the USC School of Medicine Columbia, a 300,000 square foot facility that will be home to classrooms, labs, and a research facility. Joining us to tell us more about this exciting project is the interim dean, Gerald Harmon. Thanks for joining us, Dean Harmon.
Thanks, Hannah, for having me.
This is a really incredible announcement that has been made. We're seeing the renderings of it. Why does, though, the school need to move from its current location here?
Right now we have 100 medical students. We're filled to the brim. We can't really expand that size because of our classroom space, our research space, and our other educational space. So it's a great opportunity to expand. It's a great opportunity to use a site like this. It's available. It's right across from our clinical partner here at Prisma Health, the medical center. So it's just a super opportunity for us to take advantage of.
Yeah, so let's give people the lay of the land. This is 16 acres near Segra Park, the baseball park, and it's absolutely beautiful. Most people will have never, ever been back here. How did you locate this? And again, being so close in proximity to Prisma, I guess that's just an added bonus.
Well, it's an added bonus. It is the Bull Street extension, just out Hardin Street, between Hardin and Bull Street. And I'm originally from Newberry. I graduated here at South Carolina 50 years ago, so I've been watching this growth area opportunity. It's an untapped resource. It's something you think about hunting and fishing in. It's got some great trees. It's got a watershed area. And the fact that we can build a health sciences campus and still maintain the uniqueness, interacting, and I would say the greenness of it is a really good opportunity.
Yeah, I told you I have my golf clubs with me. It's a beautiful site. but let's talk about what it is planned for. So tell me about the facilities planned for the school.
Well, Hannah, it's really a health sciences campus that we're planning here. The medical school is the epicenter, and it's the crown jewel, as it were. We'll have the medical school here, but we're going to have other health disciplines here in an educational and a research format. Our plan is to educate, to train, to provide simulation labs, and provide a research laboratory as all part of our laboratory environment here. It's really very forward-thinking. It does allow us to expand our medical school class from the current 100 to maybe 130, and if we really get a chance, we're building for the future, maybe a class of 150.
You light up when you talk about the school. When can we expect building to begin and a completed product?
Production is right at 3 or 4 years from now. So we're really refining our drawings, refining our plans, having a lot of input from the various stakeholders. And again, several health sciences disciplines are involved in the planning discussion, while still, and I've met with some of the planners and the architects, still preserving the greenness of the place, which is a fascinating approach. So it will not only be for today's healthcare science training program, but for the next 50 years.
Well, the Inside Carolina team looks forward to being right back here with you in a couple years to cut that ribbon and begin on day one.
We'll look for those golden shovels and the ribbon cutting and all the other things, and we'll get brighter and more intentional at every step. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Well, our fellow Gamecocks are taking center stage in literally every profession and industry imaginable. And one alumna whose career is reaching new heights is opera singer Julia Woodward, who is an alumna here at the School of Music. Thank you so much for joining us in your old stomping ground. How does it feel to be back on campus?
It feels great. It's awesome.
Well, tell me about your journey from beginning singing in church early on and then becoming who you are today.
Well, I grew up in Charleston and grew up in the church singing in the choir, and my mom took an interest to that and put my sister and I in piano lessons, so we were really exposed to a lot of different kinds of classical music early on.
So you hear opera on the radio, and this encourages you to just learn more. What was it about the University of South Carolina's graduate program that attracted you to come here and study?
I knew I wanted a graduate program that would offer me a balance. So somewhere like USC, where the music department really feels like a home and feels kind of like that conservatory feeling, where you can really focus and be totally immersed. but then you also have all of the opportunities that USC at large gives you.
Opportunities.
Opportunities.
I like that. Opera is a very competitive industry, as are many of the industries that our fellow alumni are in. What would you say about your education here that perhaps promoted your career or challenged you or prepared you most for the real world of what you were going into?
I think the opportunities to perform, that we got to be up on a stage in different capacities, especially when you're jumping into the real world. You need that experience. You need to know how you can act on the stage while still singing and getting your best vocal production. And I was able to be in 4 completely staged operas while I was here, as well as other concerts and other types of activities. And it was just, it really helped me to nurture and grow that performer inside of me. And all of that comes back to confidence and trusting who you are and what you have to say. And USC really kind of gave us the space to grow that and kind of lean into that and discover who we are.
Well, the big question I know everyone is going to want to know is, would you perform for us?
Of course, I would love to.
Julia, what a pleasure to talk to you and hear you sing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we leave you, just one more thing. Please share your love for USC on Carolina Day. What a pleasure. Thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with your friends, family, and fellow alumni. This has been Inside Carolina.